Hello friends, once again greetings of the day. Welcome to the online session of business economics. Today in this session we are going to learn unit 2, that is determinants of prices. Unit 2 of chapter number 4, determination of price. In this session we will complete part 1 only, and in second session we will complete second part of this particular unit. So let us start with the meaning of price. What do we mean by price? According to economics, price of goods express their exchange value. Price means the exchange value of the good. It means that the value at which one good is exchanged is considered as price of that particular good. So for example, here the buyer and seller takes the transaction of buying and selling. The good that is purchased by this buyer, in response to that particular good, she has paid certain money. It means that the good is exchanged with this money, and it means that this money is the price for that particular good. So in common sense, price is the exchange value of any good. Now price can also be explained in terms of amount paid to the factors of production also. Here it is written that price is also used for expressing the value of various services rendered by the different factors of production, such as land, labor, capital, and organization. You know that there are 4 different factors of production, and in order to produce a product, all these factors of production provide their service. In return to their services provided by these factors of production, we pay certain amount to all of them. The total of amount paid to all these factors of production, the amount paid to the land, which is considered as a rent, the amount paid to the labor, which is known as wages, the amount paid to the capital is known as interest, and the amount paid to the entrepreneur is known as profit. So the total of this rent, wages, interest, and capital is considered as the total price of a particular product. So the price can also be explained in terms of amount paid to the factors of production. Now how this price is determined? In general view, price is determined on the basis of interaction between demand and supply. This is all we have learned in our previous sessions also. It means that the place where quantity demanded and quantity supplied intersect, that is the intersection point of demand and supply, that will be considered as an equilibrium point, and on the equilibrium point the prices will be decided. Let us take one example. Here the prices are given, demand is given in units and the supply is given in units. So for example, if price is 1 rupee, the demand is 60 and supply is 5. It means that there is no equilibrium between demand and supply, because demand is higher and supply is lower. So this is going to create shortage in the market, because demand is 60 and supply is 5. There is shortage in the market. As a result, the price will increase. Now price has become 2 rupees. At 2 rupees price, demand is 35 and supply is also 35, because as you know that as price increases, the quantity demanded will decrease, but the quantity supplied will increase. So quantity demanded and quantity supplied here have become equal. So this point is known as an equilibrium point. So here equilibrium quantity is 35 units and equilibrium price is 2 rupees. So the price is determined where the demand and supply are equal. Now this can also be explained in terms of diagram. Here the x-axis is presented, this is y-axis. On x-axis we present quantity, on y-axis price. Now this is DD demand curve, this is SS supply curve. The point where demand curve and supply curve intersect, this is known as an equilibrium point, and on the equilibrium point the prices are determined. Below equilibrium there is quantity and in front of equilibrium point there is price. So OQ is the quantity and OP is the price. Here the price is OP determined on the basis of interaction between demand and supply. This is the equilibrium price. Now there can be various changes in the demand and supply. There is an increase in the demand, and you know that when there is increase in demand, demand curve will shift to right side. We have to find out what will be the effect on the price when there is increase in demand. Then we will find out that when demand will decrease, what will be the effect on the price. Same way, when there is increase in the supply curve is going to shift to the right side. We will find out that what will be the effect on price of this increase in the supply. And then there is decrease in the supply. When supply decreases, what will be the effect on price of that particular good? This will be found out in this session. So let us see them one by one. The first is increase in demand. Now, as you know that when demand increases, the demand curve will shift to right side. Let us see what happens to the price of a product. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. On x-axis we present quantity, on y-axis we present price. This is DD demand curve, this is SS supply curve. DD demand curve and SS supply curve intersect at point E, that is equilibrium point. Below the equilibrium there will be quantity, in front of equilibrium point there will be price. So OQ is the quantity and OP is the price. Now as it is said that there is increase in demand, so you know that when there is increase in demand, demand curve will shift to right side. A new demand curve will be presented, D1 D1. This is right side or upper level demand curve. Now demand has increased, but it is not said that the supply has increased. So new demand curve and old supply curve will intersect at a new point. Here a new quantity and new price will be determined. So OQ1 will be the quantity and OP1 will be the price. You can see that at the new equilibrium point the demand has increased but the supply has not increased. It means that there is going to be the shortage in the market, and whenever there is a shortage the price will increase. But you know that the demand has increased, it means that more quantity will be demanded into the market, so the quantity demanded will increase and the price will increase. Now what can be the question here? MCQ can be asked like this: suppose there is an increase in the demand and no change in supply, what will be the effect on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? The answer is very much simple. If there is increase in demand, it means that more demand will be there into the market, so the quantity is going to increase, and as a result of increase in the demand there will be shortage in the market, and as a result of shortage in the market the price will also increase. So equilibrium quantity will increase and equilibrium price will be increased. This is the answer of the question. Next, when there is decrease in demand, what will be the effect when there is decrease in demand? Again, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. On x-axis we present quantity, on y-axis we present price. This is DD demand curve, this is SS supply curve. Demand curve, supply curve intersect at a point E, that is equilibrium point. Below the equilibrium point there will be quantity, and in front of equilibrium point there will be price. So OQ is quantity and OP is the price. Now it is said that there is decrease in the demand, no change in supply but decrease in the demand. You can imagine that when there is decrease in demand, it means that demand has fallen down but the supply has not fallen down. So whether it will be shortage or surplus? Yes, definitely there will be surplus in the market. Let us see what happens. So decrease in demand, demand curve will shift to left side, a new demand curve is prepared, new demand curve D0 is prepared here. So at the new demand curve and old supply curve, there is an intersection point. This is equilibrium point E0. At the E0 point, we will find out new quantity and new price. OQ0 will be the new quantity and OP0 will be the new price. So it is easy to understand that when there is fall in the demand and no change in the supply, what will be the effect on quantity demanded? Quantity demand is going to decrease because there is fall in the demand. It means that the less purchase would happen into the market. So quantity demanded has reduced from Q to Q0. And as you know that when there is a fall in demand, it means that it is going to create surplus in the market. And when there is surplus in the market, prices are going to decrease. So price P0 and quantity Q0. So this is the answer of the question. When there is no change in supply and decrease in the demand, what will be the effect on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? Answer is equilibrium price will decrease, equilibrium quantity will decrease. Next, increase in the supply. Until now we had seen the changes in the demand. Now we see the changes in the supply. Once again, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. On x-axis we present quantity, on y-axis we present price. This is demand curve, DD demand curve is presented. This is SS supply curve, and at the intersection point of demand curve and supply curve, this is equilibrium point. Below the equilibrium we will find out the quantity, in front of the equilibrium we will find out the price. So OQ is quantity and OP is the price. Now it is said that there is increase in the supply. As you know that when there is increase in the supply curve is going to shift to the right side. A new supply curve is presented, S1. Supply curve has shifted to right side. But there is no change in the demand. When supply increases and no change in the demand, it means that there will be surplus in the market. And when there is surplus in the market, the price will fall. But supply has increased. It means that more quantity will be available into the market. So quantity will increase and price will decrease. At the new equilibrium point, we can find out here new quantity and here new price. OQ1 will be the quantity and OP1 will be the price here. Price has reduced and quantity has increased. Now what can be the question here? MCQ can be asked like this. When there is increase in the supply and no change in the demand, what will be the effect on equilibrium price and quantity? So the answer is equilibrium price will decrease and equilibrium quantity will increase. Then decrease in the supply. When there is decrease in the supply, let us see what will be the effect on the price. This is again x-axis, this is y-axis. On x-axis we present quantity, on y-axis we present price. This is DD demand curve, this is SS supply curve, and at the point of intersection we find E equilibrium point. Below the equilibrium point we find out quantity, in front of the equilibrium point we find out the price. OQ is the quantity and OP is the price. Now there is decrease in the supply. Let us see what happens to the decrease in the supply. As you know, when there is decrease in the supply curve will shift to left side. So this is left side supply curve, S0. Now supply has decreased but no change in demand. So old demand curve and new supply curve. At the intersection point, new equilibrium point E0 is arrived. at the E0 we can find out equilibrium quantity, and this is equilibrium price. So OQ0 is the equilibrium quantity and OP0 will be the new price. Here you can see that supply has decreased. When supply decreased, it means that there will be shortage in the market, and as a result of shortage in the market, price will increase. But as a result of shortage in the market, quantity will be reduced. So quantity has decreased and price has increased. What can be the question here? Let us see. Question can be given like that: when there is decrease in the supply and no change in demand, what will be the effect on equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? The answer is very much simple. Equilibrium price will increase and equilibrium quantity will decrease. So until now friends, we learned the changes in the demand and supply. Either demand was changing or the supply was changing. But now we have to learn simultaneous changes in the demand and supply. Simultaneous means together. The demand and supply both change together. But this we will learn in the second part of this particular video. Kindly watch the second part. Until then, thank you.